All rights reserved. All rights reserved. This is the Tommy Cole Show. Jimetta!
Hi. Yay. Hey, girl.
Oh my God, I'm so happy to see you. You know what? I wanted to start this situation off. I always have like a theme of things. So if that's okay, before we get started, I wanted to play like this clip from Ross G. Is that okay?
Yeah.
Okay, I want to play this clip because it's connected to the rest of what we're going to talk about. All right. Okay, first of all, oh my God, I have the amazing Jimetta Rose. I'm so excited, everybody. I'm so happy. She's already ready to roll. I just want to play this little clip of Ross G talking. For those who don't know who Ross G is, he's we're gonna get into all of that. But let me just press play real quick. Real quick. All right. Not the whole clip.
Greetings, Ross G.
Ignition.
Real quick.
Liftoff.
Excuse me, gentlemen. Black that out. My history of hip hop. Been from birth. When I was a kid, my cousins put me up on K-Day, take me to Music Plus, line 12 inches. Beat of the street, B Street. That's hip hop. Influenced by fast music, jazz, rock, soul, experimental, everything. Oh, let me spit. That skateboards you might be hearing right now, these drums, these guitars, everything is music. So I'm inspired by everything. Yes. Like 9 years. I first got my own machine like 6 years ago. Before I was just digging, looking for loops, DJing, pre-production. I was like 96, started digging 506. Oh man, the sound of LA it's an undefined sound because there's so much that makes up that sound, and it's not the same sound that you hear every time. Everybody has an ideal of what they think LA sound is. To me, LA sound is a vast amount of things. It's rock, so it's like this, it's everything and nothing.
You little sound guy over there, sir. Anything?
Dirt. It's the earth music. It's the sound of creation. It's the bass. It's the way it's recorded. It's just drums and bass. You hear a lot of mumble.
That goes into what I wanted to talk about. He said that's the sound of creation. And I don't think it's by accident at all that your choir is called Voices of Creation.
Yes.
Yeah. For those who don't know, Jimetta, I don't know how you know or I know how we've met, but I don't know if you're aware of how we met. Do you know how we met?
I remember you from the soul dinners that Halima and Zakia used to have, and then also shout out to Don Dada and Leon. They used to have a house party, so I feel like I know you from that
That's
time
exactly
and era.
right. That's right. I remember you from those parties. I remember those was such the vibe. You guys who are listening and watching, LA in the early 2000s, late 90s, but early 2000s, sound was incredible. Like there was a developing movement, and I really am thankful for you coming on here today because
Thanks for having me.
I've been wanting you on here for a long minute. Sometimes it takes a minute to get folks on here, and that's okay. I'm just gonna dive in. I'm so excited. First of all, I was conscious of being a part of a sound movement that had been developing for a minute. That would be you. That was Ross G and his crew. That was me. That was Georgia and Muldrow. And a brother, he used to go by Diabolic, but he goes by DiBiase now. And I know I might be missing a few folks. If you could tap in with that, but it was a whole movement, and I remember it because when Georgia first came out with, shout out Georgia Ann Muldrow, um,
Yes.
her first, not her first, because she had an album that came out when she was a teenager, but I forget the name of it, but it was one of my favorites, and it was around 2007, 2008, and I was a journalist doing freelance back then, and I wanted to do a whole thing on all of y'all, like on everybody. I was fully conscious of your music and who you were working with. You also Shafiq Hussein,
Yeah.
Sarah, all that. That was a whole LA movement sound that people may or may not be aware of, because they really did try to make y'all think that LA was just lowriders and just gangster rap.
Oh,
That's not true at all. There's a whole soul vibe, and we're gonna play some of your music, but I might add the music later because I don't want to hold you up too long. I know you're very busy.
our underground sound was special because I feel like it was bubbling on the underground tip, but as ears got to hear it, you saw the prolific nature of the sounds we were hearing from Diabolic, from Flying Lotus, from Raz G,
Thank you. Thank you.
um,
Get my notebook.
Sam I Am. It was
Yes.
what's his name?
I took notes, child.
Dang.
There was
I'm blanking on his name right now, but that's the homie too. But and then it segues seamlessly into the producers that continue to carry the torch forward, and like Diabolic became DiBiase, like some of them continued from back then, but Zero and Swarvy and like
mm,
these
Hudson,
producers that came
Hudson Moore.
later. So LA has always had a sound, and I think that I'm a native to LA, and so those of us that were born and raised here, you see a lot of people come and go, and I think that that does influence the sound, but I think that people are influenced really by the freedom of exploration that you have in LA. Like it's so many different genres. It's not like a strict regimen of how you must express. And so I think that that's a big part of the sound that you hear here, whether it be from those lowriders that was playing the oldie but goodies
Mhm.
to those songs being sampled in hip hop to, and so I feel very lucky to have been born and raised here in LA. Although we get the rap of being a superficial city or whatever. I think that that is a misinterpretation. I think a lot of people come here having to become something, to be the artist, the brand, or whatever they're trying to be. And so they think of this place as like a billboard,
Crosby, Stubby.
get discovered kind of place. But when you're from here, that feels like just as much of a dream as it feels for someone who lives far away. And so it's like knowing the actual city and knowing the grit and grind and like sacrifice and determination you have to really share your music and to really um, even reach audiences outside of your city. And so especially when everyone is an artist in this city. And so, it's kind of like you got to really know why you're doing things. And so, you mentioned my choir, the Voices of Creation. They starting that choir was a lot about me remembering why I make music, and we have gone on to become international traveling choir
Yes.
at this point. But initially it was just like, I'm going to sing with people and we're going to sing to heal ourselves and others. And I had no idea the heights or where we were going with that, but I was like, that's what I want to do, and I'm going to do that because people kept saying, oh well, Jimetta, you should have made it by now. Made it. And I'm like, made what? I've made a
Oh my
lot of music,
God.
and like that's that topic of made it. And so I decided to make a choir because I was like, the it that I would like to make is like a legacy, a musical legacy, to infuse future generations and future creators to remain brave and audacious, like keep creating things that maybe they don't think you can do, maybe they don't know you can do, maybe you don't know you can do it yet, but keep exploring what your inspirations are, because you never know what you'll create. And these songs that I wrote for the choir started off as just little jingles and stuff that I would sing to myself to get through hard times. And so I know that they work. I know that I got through those times, and that now, even facing, because the hard times don't stop, as they say. So, like, as they continue to come, I still have kind of like weaponry. I can like rest in these songs. And now I get to sing them with people. Hey, puppy. Hey, baby. And now I
Oliver
get to
always
sing it with people.
crashes now. He always be crashing my
Hey,
show.
cutie.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's
and so
I
you
love
know,
that you mentioned that because I remember when you all used to meet in the Mert. Like I went and moved to Louisiana for 6 years. That's what happened because I would have definitely probably asked to join that in the because y'all were. I remember in the very beginning when Roz, shout out Roz, and
yes,
Tamara Blue, shout out Tamara, and the rest
yes.
of the family. But those are my two homies that I've known for a long time. I remember when they would go and meet with you in Lamert, and I remember when y'all were first developing that. So I'm so proud to see that you guys have been traveling across the world. I saw
We're sticking
the
together,
video.
okay? Yes.
Yeah, y'all come. That's why you got it from the dirt. You know what I'm saying? And y'all making it happen. And I just wanted to let you know that I'm very proud of y'all and very supportive in however way I can demonstrate that. So
Thank you for the love and support, sis. Yes, we hope to see you at a show soon, or be in your area. That's kind of some of the goals for this year, is to try to tour in the States more. So, wish us luck on that. And if we get there, we hope to see you. Yeah.
I wanted to give a shout out also to Eagle Nebula. She was part of that as well.
That's
Um,
my sis.
back in
A
that day.
part of that, yeah, a part of the hip hop and LA scene, and hip hop as a
Yeah.
female, period. Heck
Mm-hmm.
yeah, Eagle Nebs, Medusa,
Stuff for sure.
you
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 know, because
know,
I remember in old Rob, we all used to get our grooves on at the brown rice and barbecues, and then I started the black hand side, and that's where I really tapped in with Ross G and several other DJs that we used to have come through, and he used to really jam off with the whole Jay Dilla vibe, real tough. And I just remember wanting to work with him when he was getting into the music aspect. But life happens. I was pregnant, I had babies, you know what I'm saying? Moved out,
mhm.
moved to Louisiana for a bit. And when I came back, excuse me, I'm dealing with this cough. Hold on. I'm sorry, I just did not want to postpone. I got a whole bunch of stuff going on. My aunt's in the hospital, all kinds. I'm sick, but I was like, I know that y'all are busy, and I wanted to tap in while I could. Now, I
Well,
wanted to know, I remember you guys, you and Ross G specifically working together and wearing the beautiful garbs that a lot of us were really promoting, wearing like muumuu, not muumuus, they're muumuus though, but like African style clothes based off the 70s era, with the
mhm, mhm.
Coltrane and all that. And I just wanted to let you know that you are helping change the frequency of everything. Just your one self. Just thank you. That's all
Oh
I
man, thank you. Yeah.
that
Listen, bring in, they used to throw around the term black excellence, but like, I feel like that was the ambition and the aim. And even as we as young people, and young black people coming up in America, like, you come to this knowledge of self, they talk about, right? You start to realize, I'm black, I'm this, and everybody, you find out, because you used to, and apparently now you're going to have to again, because they're going to take it out of the history books, but you used to have to find the history. And so as you found it, and you saw that pride, and that beauty, and that strength, I think that around the world, especially in America, you see that the 70s is a time that all of us, like, generation after generation, go there. for fashion and go there for inspiration. And I think that when you have a place like Leimert Park that is kind of like our black epicenter here in LA, even though it's completely under gentrification attack at the moment, but you know, when you have places like Leimert Park where you know where to find your shea butter, and you know you go through this time where you like, I'm a natural girl, you know, I wear my hair in bantu knots, and I, you know, everybody has these I guess phases, and as they go through the phases they mature into, you know, this confidence, hopefully, because like for me, I still wear I still like the grandiose and regality of African garb, you know, and I implement that in my creativity and in my fashion expression. But I won't say that it's not like I'm walking around every day, you know, feeling like I have to do it. But I feel like it's not a costume. It's just like I know who I am. Like, so with or without it, I feel like you can see the crowns and the cowries and the I feel like I walk in that essence at this point. But
Period.
you know, I feel like it was a fly time in LA, and it still is. I think that LA doesn't get as much credit as New York as being like a fashion center place kind of thing. But when you live here and you know you see the folks, it's
Definitely,
some folks
yeah.
that know how to dress. Yeah, I'm like
Call it like a bohemian slash Afro, yeah, like 70s style culture. It was always very cultural. I still dress like that, except when I gotta go to work. But
right.
you know, I was doing that going to work, but I don't like everybody in my politic anymore. I've
In your
definitely gone
business.
a lot more underground since then about a lot of things. Thank you, son. My son's no, we're good, son. He's trying to help me with my lighting. But I'm just thankful you're here, and I'm also thankful that you're still doing the works. And also, I wanted you to come on here at this time because sometimes my students slip in into my world, my channels, and I love having them see the artist behind the music I play. I play your music in class.
Oh, I hope
That's
they come by. That'd be nice.
your messaging is really beautiful. You know, you're always, and that's the exact style music, phrasing, singing, not singing, no child. Let me quit playing. Lyrics, our lyrics had the same kind of positive. That's too much, too much. Thank you, son. My son be trying to help me. That's my producer. Thank you, son. All right. But anyway, your messaging is what we need. And I think through these times that we're all seeing we're going through, we're going to need more of that type of messaging. And
Yes,
yes, I'm being messy. I did see that at one time Pharrell did think he was going to bring out Voices of Fire. And I was like, excuse me.
I saw that they had a TV show. I think. You know, when I started making this choir, there was no choirs, even
Right.
Kanye, and so even that Kanye idea, it's like he started that the same year I started this, but he had the budget and like the singers already. I had to audition people, and so it was just interesting to see that frequency was inspiring multiple people, and it was cool. You
LA
know, I
Underground
like that
always.
song by Voices of Fire. Lately I ain't, you know, had
I'm
a
telling
hard
you, I peeped
time.
all that. LA
Something, yeah, I like
Underground
that
always.
song.
LA
Joy,
Underground always
joy,
is.
joy, joy, joy. Yeah,
Yeah, that's
I
the
was
main one.
listening to that. Yeah. So yeah, no hate. I feel like, you know, it's room for, like you said, it's the what people need. So it's great that multiple people are getting the frequency and moving on the wave and getting that energy to the people, because that is what people need. And so, you know,
I think they've gone away now. I don't even think Kanye doing that anymore. And I don't
I
think Pharrell is either.
Yeah, I don't know. I think that I just saw something. I think that the Sunday service choir is still a choir, but I don't know if they're I don't know how that's moving. And
Marketing
then
them anymore.
yeah, I don't know.
There's
I really don't know much about it. But then with Pharrell, I didn't know if that was just the culmination of that show where they were auditioning people to be a part of that choir. But I didn't know if they were really making a choir or not with the Voices of Fire. I didn't know
I think they were thinking they was doing that, but he got busy with that Lego movie.
Oh,
I
maybe.
want to put Voices of Creation. If you have not heard this amazing choir, you need to go check them out. They got flavor, they got swag. The
Yeah.
beat don't work on here, of course. Here we go. But definitely support the artists around here because their voices are very well, nicely blended. Wait, I want to ask you, where are your people from? I know you're from LA, but where are your people from?
My mama is from South Florida, by way of the Bahamas, and my dad is from Mississippi, Natchez, Mississippi.
Sorry about this cough, honey. Okay, you from Natchez. Okay, I'll be telling stories about Natchez because I got people from Drew. My
Okay.
grandfather's people, they all from Drew, Mississippi. And I'm hold on, God. I'm so sorry. But
Oh,
there's
I
a
was
thing
trying to.
about choirs. There's a thing about choir. That's why I mentioned where your people is from, because historically, especially from Mississippi, the South is known for having these amazing choirs. And even in pop music in the 50s and 60s, a lot of my family members, like the staple singers, were very close to my family.
Mm-hmm.
And half of Motown, pretty much, they all came from the church, and that's my family's peoples too. Even though they from Detroit, they all came from like Mississippi, and they all knew each other from the South. They don't
Mm-hmm.
mention that in their bio, but yeah, they all from the South, and they all hung around
Yeah.
Chicago. All of them, everybody you could think of. Even I forget the brother right now. I just learned he's our cousin. Oh, I can't think. Jackie
Mm.
Wilson, and the other brother that was murdered in South Central. What's his name? Can't think of his name, but all of those people were related to each, like cousins. They called each other cousins. I don't know if they all was really cousins, but my grandfather and them all used to roll out in Chicago together, having left
Mm-hmm.
Mississippi and stuff. And I thought about you with all of that too, because again, the choir situation. Like I grew up in the Church of God in Christ, and I know in Chicago the choir is a big deal, or it used to be. I don't
Mm-hmm.
know actually now. So
Yeah.
yeah, that's another reason I was very much touched and connected to Voices of Creation, because that's a tradition that does not need to go away.
Definitely, definitely. I grew up singing in choir since I was about 2 years old. And then I was like the youth choir director at my church, from like maybe 10 or 11 till about 14, 16, because we wanted to sing more popular songs, not the like old, more hymnal gospel songs. And so I was the youth choir director for a bit there. And it for me, I just love singing with people. It's one thing.
That's simple.
Yeah, it's fun, and it's not about who sings the best. It's
Right.
about like the sounds that you make together and stuff. And
Yes.
so as a kid, I always tended to be, oh, make her solo. But I mean, I really loved singing with people. And so when I became disenchanted a bit with music and like this whole music business, I would say, not music,
Yeah.
but when I became feeling away, I was like, well, ultimately, if I just sing with people, it's not about making it at all. It's just about make the music true and and so like I thank God for choirs, and like you said, it's a tradition that can't end. Well, you know thank God for the choirs, but like the name Voices of Creation is exactly what it sounds like. The chorus of creation, everything is singing, and so every person, let all that have breath praise the Lord with their voice.
That
You
part.
heal yourself with your voice. You sing. When you in pain, everybody moans when they in pain, or that's you using your voice. But now that's your body did it for you. But like you can consciously use your voice with the words and the tones that you sing and speak to it, to soothe yourself, to embolden yourself, and so our voice is an internal healing mechanism that we have. And to help people see that, it can't be about the soloist all the time. It has to be about singing together. Singing together is a lot like trying to live here together and tolerate each other's differences. When you got to blend with another voice and stuff, and that voice is real soft or that voice is real strong, you find a way still to sing together and make the harmony,
And the
And so,
frequencies that y'all use. Because I will tell you, when I was vibing to one of the albums y'all did, it helped me become more relaxed. Let me think of the name. Hold on. It's the one that's in black and white. Hold on.
how
How
good
good
it
it
is.
is. How good it is. If you're looking for some music to help your heart feel good, your heart chakra, listen to how good it is. Sorry, y'all. Whoo, I'm sorry. When you teach, you get sick a lot. That's just how it is. I try
With
to
the
keep my immune
children.
system up. But I wanted to mention you, Jametta, because I feel like I can't wait to see where you go next. Because as far like we had Jewel, who they didn't pump up at all the way she deserved to be, and then the type of music they had her singing, her voice was incredible though. Rest in peace. And then another sister named Latoya Williams. I'm not sure if you're familiar with her.
I love her. She's dope. She's still making music.
That's who your voice kind of reminds me of hers in that same
Oh
that
man, give thanks.
soulfulness.
I love her voice. She's still making music. She put out an album, I think maybe a year ago or so. I met her and had the chance to kick it with her
Did
a few
you?
times at Joseph Lineberg's studio.
Shout out
So she
Joseph.
was she was cool peeps, man. Yeah, she's definitely got an amazing talent.
For those who don't know, she's the one that sang on the Car Wash soundtrack, the Dr. Dre Car Wash soundtrack. And she had a song I loved that I played too much back in the day. You promised me Venus and Mars.
Yeah, shout out to
I
Latoya.
got
That
it.
song right there, girl, that song.
Girl.
Woo, she wrote that and sang that, honey.
Yeah. And
That was
that's
my
the vibe you
jam.
get, but you're more like keep your heart up, keep your health up, keep your spirit up, and then
Hey, you
we
done
be
made a
teaching too.
song.
We teaching too, and I love that because whenever I can introduce my students to different styles of music or positive music, I'm thankful. I told y'all I know a lot of popular, like not popular, talented people, very talented people. I'm so thankful that while I lived in Los Angeles, that I had a chance to like just really get to know a lot of good people, or socially connect with a lot of other talented people. I'm very
What
thankful.
age are your students?
I am teaching eighth graders, eighth grade chemistry and
Hey,
physics. But I
what?
always tell them that, it's not just science, technology, engineering, and math. It's also the arts. And art is
Right.
the science is art. And I was talking about your frequencies in your voice and in the music, the tones. Because we talk about tones and how they can be healing to even parts of your body and organs and things
Yes.
like that. And I just been wanting to reconnect with you anyway because it's been a good minute. So
Yes.
thank you.
I mean, even like that's what, you know, do some vocal warm-ups with your class to remind them that the voice is an instrument within you, and the different tones do make you feel differently in your body. And that's what our vocal warm-ups and everything that we have to do to sing together, like we do vocal warm-ups and body warm-ups because the body is an instrument. And so if you all tense and tight and stressed out from the week and can't move your shoulders, you're not going to sing like you do when your shoulders are down and away from your ears and you got some space in your neck and you rolled your shoulders a few times. Your voice will come out different.
That's a
And
good point.
so,
Very good point. They have a musical coming up at our school called Susaku, the musical. And
okay,
um, I'm definitely gonna like direct them.
sprinkle some of that in there for the cast. Yeah, girl.
Yeah,
Listen, please do, and that because that's it's about spreading the message as far as you can, so that it can affect people, and it's just a suggestion. It's never like, because I try not to get too caught up in, oh, you a teacher or you a preacher or you a this. No, I'm just sharing sharing these songs that came through me, and it's just that they help me. Now if you don't want to try it, you don't want to do no vocal warm-ups, or you don't feel like rolling your shoulders, oh, that ain't really my business. I'm gonna keep trying to remember to I like rolling my shoulders, and I like singing with people,
You
and the
reminded me
people
to
that,
do it.
yeah, and the people that want to do it with me, yeah, we'll do it together. And that's it. I'm like the other everything else I'm not really worried about.
Girl,
This
I'm so
this
sorry.
life is so fragile but so beautiful,
So wait a minute. Okay, so I was gonna put some clips up here of just all these plane crashes and things. You heard about what happened today in Houston?
No, what happened
So
today?
there was a plane that was about to take off, but it started a fire. It started going on fire. That was just a few hours ago. So they made the people get off the plane. Thankfully, it didn't go in the air. So I know that when it comes to traveling, man, we got to really make some conscious decisions this year.
Well, I feel like it's an attack on that. I feel like,
Mhm.
the world had finally be leaned toward really becoming a global community, able to empathize with each other's struggles, and
Mhm.
the oppressed people around the world being able to actually see the alignment in their woes, and maybe try to like get together. And now here you go with all of this. Like now, all of a
It's not
sudden,
back
it's
when.
all these plane crashes, and so um I told the choir when we started this ministry that it's a ministry that is going to be speaking directly to the needs of the people. I had no idea how this thing was going to unravel, and how bloody or ugly it would get and could possibly still be. But I knew that if you're going to be singing about love, all the weapons formed against you shall not prosper
Oh,
or persist, but they gonna still try to claw away, because it's like, oh no, don't let love get through. And it's like, I want to shout out Bomber League and Nappy
yeah,
Image.
I was about to get
I
into
don't
that.
know how to respond. I was
What
trying to
up,
respond. I
Powerly?
want you to know I see y'all. But
Happy image. Peace. Everybody who's in here, click like, y'all. Make sure you click like so the algorithms will make this move so we can get the Better Rose voice out here. Yes. Thank
but
you.
dang, I forgot what I was saying though. But whatever.
No, you were talking about the importance of just like in these times, especially where they're trying to dissuade
Oh,
us becoming a global community.
yeah,
The
like it's energy warfare, it's spiritual warfare. So my point was that if we're gonna be magnifying this energy, it's gonna be challenges that come. And it's gonna be very ugly out there if the remedy is love. If the remedy and the solution that we're offering is love, oh man, when you have to remind people about love, that means that they're loveless. That means that they have hate, intolerance. That means that they have to be reminded that they have a soul, that they feel that they are a part of this one thing that's happening, because we're all a part of one thing that's happening. And so for me, this message of music and this work that I'm doing with the choir is all about that. And it's crazy because we've become a family over the past going on 6 years now. We have become this entity of the principles we sing about, because that's what unites us. We leave rehearsal and go back to our lives, whatever our stresses are, whatever, but we come together for this.
I was
And
impressed to hear that y'all rehearse every week, right?
yes,
Most
every Saturday. Yesterday was rehearsal 11 to 2, and
that's
getting ready
important.
getting ready for our show. Well, at church you rehearse in choir every week, and in Broadway musicals you rehearse a few times a week. It's
Yeah.
about building camaraderie. It's about building trust, because you need the trust to be able to just let the spirit move through you. You rehearse so that when you get on stage, all the songs are just about muscle memory, but then the spirit can come through you. You never know, you get to witness it too. So if you don't rehearse though, you're going to be sitting there thinking about, well, what should I do next? But if you know it and the person next to you like the back of your hand, or like every week of rehearsal, you comfortable to open up and let God move. And so and God moves by moving through you, but moving to you, making you more family, understanding that it is possible for sisterhood, brotherhood, and the village mentality to be applied beyond 4 blocks of Lamert Park. It's supposed to be in your life. It's supposed to be in how you commune with
How you
others.
live.
Like, yeah, like those food parties that we used to go to, that was community. Even though it was potluck style, everybody, the kids was running around. You might not have known everybody name there, but you knew the face. It's community.
And we would
And
get
so,
together every week or every month, and it
I
became, we
think it was
did
like
build community.
every Sunday, I
I
can't
can't
remember the
I can't
frequency
remember
of it.
anymore. But I
Yeah.
know when we did the black hand side, it was the same vibe. It was the same energy, nappy at the roots,
Yeah,
all of that.
these kinds of things are going to be what we need as we face what they're trying to call a recession, which we really know is like the Great Depression was just about exactly 100 years ago. And
Okay.
so
Man,
beans, rice, rations, getting together to eat, everybody cooking, it's enough food for everybody, and we can talk politics, or we could talk religion and spirituality, or we could talk faith, because faith is what we need. It don't need to be divided up by who you pray to. Who pray, we need to pray, and we need to love one another.
and gospel. Oh, here, let me see what they say.
Somebody said,
Patrick, what
Joyce
up?
from the original Good Life Cafe.
No. 1 second. I'm sorry, y'all. I'm sick, but this had to happen today. Joyce from the original Good Life? No, I don't. Was she a singer? No, I don't remember Joyce.
I was young. I missed Good Life.
I
So
was at the Good Life starting in 93.
yeah. So in
Yeah.
93, I was like 10. So I wasn't at the Good Life. I wasn't there. But I heard great things about it from a lot of friends and Ben Caldwell, and just grateful to have found a way to Lamert Park, because I didn't grow up in Lamert, but I went to like a jazz thing with my camp when I was a kid. And so like I feel like my talent and music has really continued to show me where I need to be, the people I need to be around. I pray for discernment because I have a pretty open spirit. I'll just love is love. So I'll just be, it's like, hey, yay, we could be friends. And then, you find out that people out here being friendly instead of friends. And so you learn, and I've
What
learned,
do you mean? What do you mean?
I've learned, because you could pantomime as a friend. It'd be like friendly, friendly, but you do that, and then you find out that you can roll in love without fear, and just pray for discernment to know when you should detach, because it doesn't mean that it's access. It's not quality or authenticity that should be lacking. It's access. It's just like, oh, all the access, then it's like, oh, wait. I see you. I see you. So I pray for discernment so that I can continue to have a open and willing heart, because I think that this industry can really tear us up, especially as ladies, but just people. It's not always good for the soul and for one's self-confidence and for one's self-knowing. And that's something you need to have a handle on, to always have your connection with spirit, because it comes through you. So like if you don't have a great connection with yourself, you probably don't have the best faith practices in place yet, and it's something you should work on. And so
Interesting. I don't think it's by. Oh, hold on. Let me. They just talking
they
over
over
here.
here talking.
What up?
Exactly. Inner circle, outer circle. Boom.
League said we have to
You know,
reestablish community. We are very separated with technology being the factor. And I
love you,
like that you said
Denise.
that. I like that you said that because a lot of people are afraid because they're like, oh, but Trump is threatening the potential of a grid shutout, or like the electronics won't work. And we've talked about that years ago. Sorry, hold on. In the think tank. Did you ever make it to the think tank? I think I would have remembered you.
The think tank, was it held in Oakland? Because I attended
No.
oh,
We
because
had,
I went to like a Black Power radical thought tank in Oakland that was called Think Tank. So I
well,
thought it was
we were all connected in some ways, but the think tank was in Inglewood, and then we had a study group at our house in Watts, and a lot of the people that were all affiliated that you and I connected with were there. And I think learning about culture and history really help influence our music and our fashion. I just wanted to mention the importance of us all going back to gospel, which is essentially what you're saying. Gospel is from the spirit and from the soul,
Definitely.
you know, and the importance of that. I don't think it's by accident that 100 years later, when these record labels first started coming down into New Orleans and all these places, scooping up our talent and recording it, and then it slowly moved away from the spirit aspect. Even though some people called it jazz or the blues, it was a form of gospel. Even if, like, the
Oh
reason it
yeah.
was called,
Make a
it was called,
joyful noise. Like, make a joyful noise. Most of the time the musicians were coming from churches and stuff. Like, that's where you would get your instruments a lot of times,
right,
if it wasn't already passed down through your family. So
and most of the talent
it's
came from
the
the
root,
church
it's
too.
the source. It's a
Yeah.
lack of acknowledging the source. They've commodified and packaged creative source energy, even calling it jazz. It was a time when people was calling that black classical music, because that's what we played when we got the music,
They're
when we
now
got the
calling
instrument.
that, it's officially called American classic music, American classical music, jazz. Oliver, you've been wanting to come up here. Now you're up here.
Hi, Oliver.
What do you
You're
want?
back.
He just wants my
Hi,
attention.
baby.
I'm doing something right now, doggy woggy.
Hello.
Let's see. Art artistically represents thy life. Yes, sir. Spiritual versus machine. And that's where we at right now. And not even necessarily robotics. I'm talking about the mind, the machine of the mind. Like, if everybody's always holding the phone and getting their thoughts and ideas or preoccupied with this thing 24/7, which a lot of us are, we're not having a moment to think or pray. Prayer is important. I don't think a lot of us are tapped into prayer even like we used
Yeah,
to.
that's a big part of my ministry, is just suggesting that people pray more and get. Some people don't think they know how to pray. It's such an interesting thing, because I get into that conversation kind of often, because I'm curious. And
De La Soul said that in 2000. That's what Patrick said.
okay, I'm curious about people's faith, and like how they build it, and if they've built it, or if it's something they heard about, right? So, like, did you explore this faith for yourself to where you know it, or did you read it? Because if your if your faith is built on hearsay, and you haven't tested it, and thought
Mm,
about these things for yourself to determine what fits for you, who are you to persecute someone else? Everyone has to figure out how to be connected to the creator. And I was
He
just about to say,
trying to
exactly.
find prayer in church
That's what
sometimes
Patrick
as
said.
exercise.
Everybody has to have that right to figure out how they actually feel the connection, and then
Mm,
go there and pray, as well as worship, as well as be grateful. Like, life is fleeting, but you have it. And then
mm.
and then what did you do with your gratitude? Are you so grateful for your life? And so for me, I was just like, man, I just want to know if people are actually believers, as they say. Do you
Mm.
believe anything? And I found, through traveling with the choir, I've had more than one person after a show say that they were an atheist, and I didn't believe that didn't believe in God, but whatever they just felt, they knew that was real, and they liked that, they wanted to feel that. And I'm like, hey, you don't have to call it God if that's not your comfort level, but you
Mm.
felt it, right? That was my job.
That's right.
That was my job.
How has that changed your personal life, your life, itself? How do you process the stuff that's going down at this time or is it just like music 24/7 energy?
I mean, life is life and life be life. And I mean, I think for me, I have to keep myself from the test. You pray for more faith, and what you get is the test of faith first. To get more faith, you get tests. And so I've been having a lot of tests of faith as far as just actual stability and self-sustenance, because like freelance artists, music, this stuff doesn't like pay lots of money all the time. And I have with the choir, I have lots of people to spread the money around too. So it's like realizing that is not my meditation right now, is look not to man for my help. Look not even to my own understanding, right? Because from my understanding, I should probably be panicking, shouldn't be on the phone with you right now, shouldn't even be making no money and trying to plan no experiences for people to have some sort of experience with God. I should be trying to figure out where's my money gonna come from. You know what I'm saying? But look not to, I don't look into that. I'm really working on looking into the blessings. Gratitude helps me a lot with not focusing on like the opportunity to be desperate or in despair, right? Because it's always a choice. So you can choose to look over there, because faith and worry are like the same thing to me. Like, because faith is believing in the unknown, and it's this good unknown that you think is coming, and you believe in God being there because it's this good thing. Worry is the unknown of the stuff you don't want to have.
Yeah, you
And
wasted
so
energy on
it's equally as potent. They both weigh the same. So
Diana Ross.
I try not to, yeah, I try not to give into that side, And so that's the work. That be the work. And so the songs help, the writing. So sometimes I think of those songs because it's a shitty day, but then I'll think of this song that makes me happy, and I'm like, oh, this little tune, and then I'll be like, oh, that's a song for the choir, or that's the
That's
song for me. And
yeah.
exactly. Patrick over here dropping bars. Be aware, be not afraid. Okay.
That's right.
Exactly.
Yeah, you hit a lot of great points. I just don't. Nothing is by chance. Okay, everything is serendipitous. Period. But I was just thinking about like the irony of the whole Diddy, Jay-Z, all this stuff crumbling now. How they're revealing all this hypnotism they done had us under since 1980, whatever, claiming it's 50 years, but it's not. It's only 40, but whatever. um and how that has affected our collective psyche. Like when I used to talk to Snoop Dogg and all these people who became famous that were promoting images that were detrimental to our community, I've had these conversations 25, 30 years ago when I said your influence is dangerous, like you're
Oh,
promoting
right.
trash. And
Right,
now
but I
Mhm.
mean, it was dangerous for more than that. Like, so how old would you say Snoop is right now?
He's 52, we the same age.
So my thing is, Snoop's brand is still representing the same things he represented for the last
30
30
years.
years, 40 years. He's added the cooking thing, and it's like a kind of jovial thing that he added. But what I found was more dangerous about Snoop was that he kind of became the representative of Black Americans around the
What I'm
world.
saying. That's what I would tell him. I said,
Nobody would have thought that 20 years ago.
but
They
we
thought
did.
that what was dangerous about him was the guns and the gangs, right?
Mhm.
But what was dangerous about him is that he will tap dance.
And continue to.
And when you do that, you become the spokesperson. Like, girl, we got assaulted, verbally assaulted in Amsterdam. Not the choir. I was out there with some jazz cats from Chicago. So it's me and like six dudes from Chicago. We all bundled up, looking fly in the cold, because that's what we do. You got your, not maybe some fur on your coat or something. Like, we out there, we looking cool in the cold. Girl, do you know how many times that they got called Snoop Dogg? Oh, Snoop Dogg, pimped weed, you. And I was like, yo, is
Oh,
this? is this like a perspective of Black America? I was like, yo, I'm concerned as a Black creative that that is our representative. It's like, wait a
Yeah.
minute, it's so many different levels. How come y'all don't have uh how come you're not saying
Malcolm
Barack
X didn't pop in
Obama
your head. You know what I'm saying?
or
Martin Luther King didn't pop in your head. Snoop Dogg did. I remember I saw a documentary. They were in.
even Kendrick? How come you're not just saying Kendrick, but you saying Snoop Dogg?
Oh yeah,
For
he's a
real?
global
But
global.
then you see him on the Olympics. You see him at the Trump inauguration.
Mhm.
He has signed on to be the Black representative. But the Black representative is always supposed to make it everything that's happening to the Blacks seem okay. Not fix the shit. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I was telling my students actually that
Mm.
starting in the 1960s, the media, whoever runs that, decided back in the 60s that they were not going to promote positive images of Black people because they had way too many feeling sorry for us globally. And I also told them that middle school children were the ones that led the civil rights movement. It was middle school children. It wasn't grown-ups, y'all. It was middle school children who got arrested and bit by dogs and hosed down, and it was college and high school kids who was doing sit-ins. So they always try to keep middle school, high school kids distracted with nonsense, and they decided from the 60s, after they murdered Martin Luther King, that they were never going to show positive representations of Black people on no real level. And that's what they've been doing. So in the 70s, they promoted that Black people was on heroin and this and that. In the 80s, they promoted that we was baby mamas and crack users and this. In the 90s, I just noticed it's just the hypnotism. They had got us all smoking weed. I never thought I'd smoke weed until Endo Smoke, the Chronic, and I Got Five on It came out all in the same year. It was like bombarding me. So I finally was like, you know what?
Ah.
And I've had these conversations with artists before about representation, about global representation. I said, you misrepresenting us globally. I've been saying that for many years, for like at least 20, 25 years. So the fact that the Jay-Z's and the Diddy's and all of these gatekeeper types are getting hemmed up now and looking like sexual deviants, I don't think it's by accident. So again, once
Well, yeah, I mean,
feeling
they've been in some straight up debauchery. I used to think I would be like, well, God, you gave me this voice and you want me to sing, and I would be like, but I'm looking at this industry, and that look like everything. I don't hear that many success stories about people
never.
keeping their soul, keeping their mind. I remember being a little girl, like I want to sing, but I don't know about all this.
The
I
house
ain't
always.
built. I ain't built
Did
for
you ever?
that. Like the
Did you
smoke and
ever?
mirrors.
Yeah, I was gonna
I
say,
ain't
did
got
you
no
ever?
time for the smoke and mirrors. But because I'm clear on why, I've always since a little kid been pretty clear on why. And so for me, I look at that and I feel sorry for those ladies and for those people, because you find out that it's just people just being straight up abused up and down. It's not just women. It's like the abuse of power, and like not realizing that when one is powerful, it is to be of service. You're in power because you've been blessed with much to share. But like when your principles are not aligned like that, power is something that
You have to close.
you abuse people with. Yeah, make someone feel small. When how can anyone feel small when you can't be bigger than anyone, even with all your power and everything? the money the money that you have, this access that you have, you get to you move people around like puppets. But that means that anybody could come blow your brains out. Anybody could come be the more powerful person in the room if they got the it's like, who want to live like that? Because money don't talk, Patrick. Money is actually very silent. It's very paper like.
It's energy.
It's very paper like. You understand what I'm saying?
It's
We
energy.
talk shit. Yeah, it is energy. I'm not discrediting that, but I'm saying we talk.
You talking about ours is more
We
powerful.
talk. The money don't.
Air,
And
fire,
so,
magic.
like,
We try to push.
what's your focus? And for me, my focus was never like I enjoyed the party music when I was of that age, but I never was like, oh, I'm trying to party with Puffy or Jay. Like that shit just looked dangerous. It
Yeah.
looked like you didn't want to
You
do
know what
that
I
party,
mean?
you know?
Really.
But if you think you gon' I mean, that's why I said I feel sorry for him, because it's like when you think your opportunities come from that or from your beauty or from your da da da, it's unfortunate that you just can't walk into you don't feel entitled to your blessings. You feel like you have to get them that way, and because that's the setup. That's the setup how to become a victim. Because it's not to discredit that they were actually victims and hurt, but it's just to say that lifestyle it's things that go with it, like the ladies that's supposed to be kind of like dispensable to the powerful men. Like what do we think was happening? It's like until a actual light gets shined on it, nobody wanted to act like it was real.
I mean, people been buzzing about all this information for many years, but again, people be afraid because people did come up missing or dead. So people was afraid to speak on that. Hey, make sure y'all click like out there, please. Thank you. Please make sure you click like. Before we, Jimetta, I wanted to know, did you have a Cash App? I wanted to know if people would like to maybe send some supportive love your way if you have any of that.
Oh, I have a Cash App. Thank you, y'all. Well, shoot. It's just cash. What's the $ Jimetta
Yeah,
Rose?
Jimetta. Hold on. Jimetta
J.
Rose. Yeah, support the arts, y'all. Support the arts. You know, she came on here. I love it. I always need $1. I'm trying to get this new computer because this one is starting to
Okay.
act up. We need help, but definitely support the arts. Jimetta Rose, support her album. She's got great
Oh, but
music.
no space.
Oh, no space. Okay.
Yeah,
I
all
think when you
together.
type it in, you
But
should
I
be able
think
to.
they get it. Thank you for
Yeah,
posting it.
for sure. Definitely. Hopefully, some people will support. That'll be dope. Also, um, what's your IG? Is it Jimetta Rose?
At Jimetta Rose, and the choir is at the Voices of Creation.
All one word. Hold on.
Yes.
Why my V gotta act up? Oh my God. See, that's what I'm saying. I need a new computer, y'all.
I
Oh,
remember back in the day, girl, my V was broke on my keypad. And girl, I used to use the
now what?
forward and backslash to make my V's.
Oh my God. We making it happen though.
That was back in the days. That was way back in the days where you could get away with being bootleg like that. Because I would be like, y'all, pardon my computer.
Well, that's where I'm at now.
No, it would just be.
Because my mama asked me, or somebody asked me, they were like, "Do you get money from Cash App?" I think my cousin. Do you get paid when you do these shows? And I was like, I mean, it took me about a year to get paid from YouTube. I think I got like $100 because they don't give you no money unless it's 100 or more. But I was like, but I don't do it for the money. I do it for the community building. I do it to connect with artists and introduce, or not like I'm introducing, but show support to other artists that I was.
And introduce them to your listeners. Who knows if they've heard of them?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. You know, if y'all feel so inclined, what I'm saying, I'm always at the Cash App too. I'm just saying.
You like my Cash App is here.
Hold up, this Tamiko Show TV. I'm just trying to make it happen. That's it. I'm not in it for the money though, but it helps. But I'm definitely doing it because I love it. I love getting connected with Sister Jimetta. I haven't been able to spend time like I'd like to go visit with everybody. So this is my way of being able to do that as well. With Ross G, when were you working with Ross G around the time that he passed,
You said working with him?
like musically or?
Well, me and G, I would go, I remember like one of the last times I saw him play, he played a beat I really liked, and I came up to him after and was like, what was that beat? It went like this. And he kind of knew what I was talking about. He was like, yeah, I get you that. So it was those kind of talks, like, because I would just be like, I like this beat, I like that beat. And he would be like, yeah, I'll give it to you. You can write to it. And so it would be those kind of vibes with G. But that was just my friend, like I wasn't working on music with him at towards the end of his life at all. I was just his friend. I would go visit him. I
Yeah.
heard that he was sick, so I had gone over there. Me and Nita went to visit him. Probably about a month or 3 weeks or so before he passed. So it was just like shocking. It was tragic. Like nobody thought that was
Gonna
what was
happen.
going to happen.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he came to my baby shower. I was very appreciative of that. You know what I mean? He was cool. We were cool when we hung. I had spoke with him. I'm sorry about my tissue, y'all. Hold on, I'm gonna cover myself. Hold on. But I had wanted to do a show. You're on my list. I had a whole list. You, Eagle Nebula, uh, Georgia and Muldrow. It was like a whole little list. And even We Are King. I love We Are King. And I was reaching out to him and the Beyonce or Diabolic because I wanted that to happen because Ben Caldwell had said that he was going to give me a space to be able to do it, and we could still do it. I still want to do it. So, but
So
that's
are you living in Louisiana still currently?
no. I live in Las Vegas.
Oh, Vegas now. Okay.
Yeah, I come back and forth all the time. I've been living in Vegas since 2016. It's just LA is way too expensive for me right now. I can't even play around. I was
No, girl.
trying to get back to LA. But I'm only about 4 hours away. I drive down there here and there. I did a
Yeah.
Project Blowed show, um, and I also just support different friends and different performers. Like when y'all do another show, I'm gonna definitely come say what's up in LA, and I just go out there to visit friends and reconnect with everybody in Lamert and stuff like that
Yeah.
every few months or so, depending on what the program is or what's going on, you know. What is this? PAFF coming out. What is that? PAFF. Patrick, let me know. But yeah, anyway, I would like to play some music. I didn't know if you had time for all of that, but I could just add that in like later, when I put it together for when I bring this back out. Like
Oh,
there's
okay.
live, and then there's gonna be me editing this and adding music later and stuff. I'll just do that then, as I really enjoy. Oh, Pan African Film Festival. You know what? I was gonna audition to do some poetry this year in the Pan African Film Fest, but the fires happened, and I thought that threw.
Girl, why they just announced that for the first time since January 7th, there are no active fires burning in Southern California right now.
As of today, right?
As of today.
Right. Yeah, that's what I thought. Yeah, those fires was. I kept note of that. I had a couple friends. You may know JMD. Shout out.
I
He
do
lost
know
his house.
JMD. Yeah.
And Messenger Daryl, our friend, he lost his house. Russell Herbal, that's Russell Harrison. He had all the best herbs in the community. His whole store burnt down in Altadena. My boy St. Louis Gabor, his dad lost his house in Altadena. And there's been plenty of deaths that they haven't been speaking on. So
Yeah.
I'm sorry about all of that. How's it been for you? Has the air been bad for you where you live out there? Or
For the first like week and a half, 2 weeks, I was wearing a mask because I was outdoors a lot, doing volunteer work and also just working out outside and stuff. And you had to wear a mask. You only now finding out really just how much stuff was in it because like when the rain came, it was so sooty.
Hmm.
The runoff, you could see. So as a matter of fact, I heard they closed the beaches.
What?
From Malibu to Playa del Rey.
Oops, I didn't mean to put that. Hold up. I'm just pressing buttons. Click the like button, y'all. Clicking like is free. Also, you could click subscribe or become a member. Join my team. Check me out. Tomcats. Be a Tomcat. Don't go ahead and join us over here. Um,
Oh, I like it. They got a name. That's cute.
you know what I'm saying? The Tomcats. Um, hey ladies, is that who I think it is? Hi, Imani and family. Who do you think it is?
I know.
It's Jimetta Rose. Peace, Gary
Peace.
Hawkins. Hi. Thank y'all for tapping in. I really appreciate that. You could always share this too. You can click share and send it to your channels and things, your Facebooks. We're also live on Instagram. Shout out to my Facebook family. We're also live on Twitch. What up, Imani? That's your fam. Hey.
I'm like, let me click here. I'm all trying to make Imani and family bigger so I can see their picture. I'm like, hi, Imani and family.
Thank you guys for supporting us. I hope to get you back soon as you have time again.
Oh, that's why she know me by my real name. Okay, because I was like, I'm trying to look at the picture.
Got you.
Well, I would love to come back. This was a wonderful time talking with you and just building. I love what you're building here. The awareness to just the culture and the need to continue it, and the female presence in hip hop in LA is often undervalued or overlooked. And so I appreciate you having this show. Thank you for having me on here, and I look forward to seeing you in person soon.
Yes, I would love hanging out with you all. You guys are very cool. We know a lot of the same people. We're part of the same community. So I know it'll be something dealing with food and music. And that's always a good time.
Yes.
They're going to have a Juneteenth situation. Do you know about that? I thought they were talking about canceling that. And I was like, you know what?
Oh,
Before they used to have official.
well, they sure didn't have a King Parade, girl.
I heard, man.
That was heartbreaking. And it was like something out of a movie, because I had went that day to the Black Girl Wellness.
Peace, Alafia, Golden Scarab Records.
Peace. And it was a lady across the street, girl. She had got dressed up. She was like, "Where is the parade?" She yelling at a man across the street. And he was like, "Ain't no parade.
Yeah.
They canceled the parade." And just the look in her face, like,
yeah. They warring on us, man. They are really warring on us. But you know what? Before they had even had any official Juneteenth things, we was always doing the block parties anyway. Like there was block parties going on,
right.
barbecues anyway, because a lot of people in South Central was from the South, from
And that's
Tennessee.
what I mean about, we're going to need each other. That's what I mean about we're going to need each other. It's going to be more need to celebrate ourselves, to love on ourselves, and to make that community feeling that we want to, can't just be for Juneteenth. We got to just make it happen for
Yeah,
ourselves.
yeah, you know what I
But
mean. Yeah, but so that's really. Did y'all have any questions out there? If you have any questions, please put them in the comments right here, and we're gonna have that. And then I don't even know. Do you have anything more you wanted to add? Are y'all touring? What's going on? Y'all going back to Amsterdam? What's happening?
we have two shows coming up here in LA on February 9th and February 16th. We're having brunch at 2220 Arts and Archives. Brunch with the VOC. So come out and check us out. The link to purchase tickets is in my bio on my Instagram and on the choir's Instagram.
Oh,
Yeah,
that's a Sunday.
it's a Sunday. It's a Sunday brunch. The event is from 12 to 4. And so even though that first one is on Super Bowl Sunday, listen, you will not miss your halftime show. You see what I'm saying? Because that's what I'm going to be watching. I'm watching Kendrick, okay?
Okay. Hey, oh yeah. Speaking of which, that's right. That's right. And the Grammys are today, y'all. So I know the traffic might be a little weird today in LA. Had you ever pursued like a record deal officially ever? Or have you always been kind of like, you know what, I'm just gonna be doing my thing?
I can say that I've never just actively pursued a record deal. When I was young, a singing group of mine, we had a record deal on the table for a bit, but we were some of us were, I think we were like 18, 17, like around that age. And the people that were actually underage signed the contract, and the lady, that one girl didn't, and so it crashed the deal, and so that was one of my, like, I guess, quote unquote industry stories. But
Okay.
no, I've always just been making this music, and definitely seeking and desiring more support. um LaShawn says hi.
I was
We
about to,
grew up
I was about to
together.
go there. Tell her LaShawn says hi. She will know who I am. We all grew up together. Beautiful soul. Yeah,
Oh, oh, oh.
good energy. That's right.
Yes. Did we grow up together at church?
What church did you go to?
I went to Triumph Church of God.
Okay, okay. I was definitely going to West Angeles at one point, and then I had gone to like different churches around LA, trying out different places. Faithful Central, etc.
Oh, it's LaShawn uncle. That's Bobo.
What up, Bobo?
Yeah, what up? Exactly. That's family. That's why he said that's fam. That is fam. Yeah, what's up, family? Yeah, man. Uh, I don't know.
Said we went to
Oh yeah,
church.
we went to church together. Yeah.
All right. Well, I'm glad y'all found us and found this page, this channel. I hope you check out my other videos and interviews. We interviewed a lot of people. What really triggered me to start doing podcasts officially was the first official interview I did, which was with Coolio, rest in peace, and just hearing his frustration about feeling like he never really got acknowledged, like he felt he should have, affected me. It touched my heart because he was a very good manager for me. He was a very good person to me. He was a artist who won Grammys and all kinds of stuff, but he was never considered part of the in circle or the in crowd. He always considered himself part of the underground too, even though he had a big record deal and was worldwide famous. And he was still such a humble spirit. So I always felt
Hmm.
like, when I have people come on here, they tend to present or come with that same type of humility. And that's another reason I wanted to interview you. Plus, I've really been wanting to tap more into a lot more of my sister and female artists. Again, like you were saying, the LA hip hop and LA underground scene had not taken a lot of special care of their women artists, period. And I felt like if I don't do it, if you don't promote yourself, nobody will. So
That's the truth.
So that with that, I wanted to be a conduit to reconnecting and connecting with others and other like-minded artists and just good, beautiful people, and connecting with an audience with that. Now, sometimes I do get into the Hollywood tea, but that's only, and even when I do, it's always with some context that is deeper and bigger than just Hollywood tea. So yeah, I hope you come back, sis, with your friends, with the brethren and sister. And you said I've been rocking with Tamiko show for a while. Thank you, Imani. Thank
Yes,
you.
see?
I appreciate that. Yeah, more interviews will help. I had to slow down for a minute because I tell all my business, child. The divorce was heavy on me, and menopause. Enough said. I'm dealing with life stuff, so sometimes I don't have the energy to do podcasts. It takes a lot of energy to share yourself. This laptop is starting to trip out. That's what I'm noticing, and that's why I'm trying to get this new one. Oh my gosh! Okay, it's starting to trip. As you see, there's a little. I don't know if you're noticing that, Jimetta. There's a little pause. Not
Oh,
like I'm talking, but it's moving. Okay, now it's moving regular. I don't know what that is.
okay.
Internet. But yeah, it's time for a new laptop, y'all. It is. It just
Well,
is.
thank you for having me on today. And with next time maybe we can have one where we do it or something during choir rehearsal, so you could talk to some of the choir members or something. That'd be
I
cool.
will come to LA for that. Do you hear me? I will just roll down to LA and be there. That would be incredible. I would love to do that. Plus, I've been wanting to spend time with some of the family in your group anyway. They I miss everybody. I miss everybody. You know. So that would be lovely. Thank you. I'm down. Okay, whenever y'all will have me.
All
So
right. Well, we
did you
rehearse on Saturdays, so let me know when you're in town.
thank you. Jimetta, do you have any last parting little words or anything to share with your audience right now?
Well, it is getting dark over here. The clouds are rolling into LA. You know, we got that marine layer that comes in at
Hmm.
night. So I would just say, you know, if you are newly discovering the music, I hope you enjoy. If you already knew about the music and came to learn more about me and Tamiko, thanks for tuning in. And thank you so much for your love and support. Thank you, Tamiko, for your love and support and the energy that you are anchoring in our culture by having this show and fostering, you know, sisterhood and friendship. And so I hope to see you in person soon. And thanks so much for having me.
Thank you again, and please go check out Jimetta Rose's catalog. She has an amazing catalog. I haven't found one song that I skip over. I love all of your music. I love it
Oh,
all.
give thanks.
She's worked with Shafiq Hussein as well. I love the Sarah music.
Hmm.
Georgia Ann Muldrow and you made just the best album. I can't believe it wasn't nominated for something. It's just beautiful. And then the Voices of Creation music, of course, is very healing. Tap in, y'all. If you ever having like a rough day or something like that, listening to Voices of Creation will help build uplift your spirit. It's true. It's true. And Jametta's soulful voice, connecting, combining with the other brothers and sisters, that harmonies and what they're singing about. It's just a beautiful, beautiful cake of of peace and joy. Joy is the word.
Woo! Joy is the word, honey. Okay.
Yeah. So go check them out, please, family. And thank you again. All rights reserved. This is the Comical Show. Sorry about my coughing. I just did not want to postpone this or anything like that. I was being a little selfish, I guess. But thank you again.
Thank you. You take care. Heal up, sis.
Thank you. Thank you. All right, y'all. It's the Comical Show. I'm so happy she came through. Shout, hey, Auntie. Oh, Met. Oh, Auntie Met. Yeah. Very talented young lady. I love her. I don't get to hang out a lot with my LA folks like I'd like to, but when I do, it's always as if we just saw each other. Okay, Oliver, you wanted to get up here again. This little beautiful little 9 pound friend of mine. Huh. He just if I don't give him enough attention, he just like, give me some. Where you at? All right. He's been very healing to my family. My children just love on him so much. And I guess I do too. All right. So on that note, we're gonna get out of here. I do want to play one of her songs before we roll out, though. That's just come on now. I might play about three more. Nah, the internet is tripping. Okay. Okay, I'm just gonna that's why I gotta get this other laptop going. This other computer. I really do. All right, y'all. Enough of that. Let me see what y'all saying over here. Great live. Rewind the live, y'all. Oh, make sure you share it, please. And if you wouldn't mind clicking like, just click like. That means the world to me. And on that note, I'm gonna get out of here because this computer is starting to act up. And much love and respect. Hopefully, the next time I do another podcast, it will be on a newer system because this one I've had since 2017 and it's been crashing out on me lately. So we're gonna get that together. But all right, I'm done. Y'all have a good night. Go check out my other content. I have so many interviews with amazing, wonderful people, part of my historical West Coast series. Go check them out. All right. Click like, share, subscribe for sure. All right. Much love and respect. Peace.